Fair point. We're joined by Mr. Nilesh Jain, Head Vice President and for Technical and Derivatives Research at Centrum. A very warm welcome to you, Nilesh. We start August with a bit of a circumspect mood on the markets. A very warm welcome to you as always. Would you have a view on the rollovers that happened yesterday? Any positivity that you can mark out for our viewers for August in the F&O space, as also in the cash segment? What looks good?
Very good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. So first of all, if you look at the rollover data, which were slightly lower, if we look at in terms of numbers, percentage-wise, 75.7% was Nifty's rollover, which was declined from 79.5. So a sharp decline can be seen. So a lot of unwinding can be seen on the long side. That's the reason we are witnessing a lower rollover, and that is a bit of a worry as well for the August series. A lot of short build-up, short position have been rolled over. There could be possibility of a short covering. The Nifty, apart from that, if you look at the FIIs data in terms of percentage of the long position, which stood somewhere around 13 to 14%, which is at the lowest level. So a lot of short from the FIIs as well. Now coming to Bank Nifty, relatively we have seen a positive rollover in the Bank Nifty, and which stood at 78% versus 76% in the previous series. So slightly higher rollover data can be seen in the Bank Nifty, but still the setup on technical front as well as on derivative front is not looking that promising. There could be possibility of this consolidation to continue, similar to what we saw in the previous series as well. So after a rally of 4 consecutive months, there could be possibility of further consolidation with slightly negative bias to continue. So as far as August series is concerned, the broader range for the Nifty looks like 24,400 to 25,200. So that can be broader 800 point trading range for the Nifty. As far as Bank Nifty is concerned, 55,000 is likely to act as immediate support, and 57,000 is likely to act as immediate hurdle for the Bank Nifty. So that can be a 2,000 point broader range for the Bank Nifty as well. Overall, stock specific focus is something that we are expecting to continue in the August series. From sectorial point of view, consumption space is something that is looking positive. Apart from that, pharma space is also looking slightly on a positive side for the August series.
Okay, fair point. Mayuresh, coming back to you, view on State Bank of India, view on L&T. Two bright sparks in an otherwise dull Nifty 50 as far as Q1 is concerned.
Of numbers, and obviously the management expects margins to normalize as we come back into the second half. Order book is very, very strong, and all the key areas that we are probably looking for, infrastructure, defense, heavy engineering, hydrocarbons, they are right there. So I think the legacy orders, slow moving orders would largely not create any significant impact as far as the earnings are concerned. And therefore, somebody holding, as I always maintained, L&T should continue holding. For State Bank, again, I think an interest cut scenario is something that has played out for most banks, where you've seen NIM compression come through. And obviously, I think some element of that will still get played out in the next quarter numbers. But I think they should show signs of stability, because as the liability book readjusts itself as well, which takes a lag of a quarter or two, the second half earnings in terms of NIM compression should largely be behind us. Asset quality pressures are not evident in the system as we speak. And therefore, I think from a numbers perspective, from a valuation perspective, one of the behemoths that if somebody is holding should continue holding. So within large caps, SBI, L&T, continue holding.
Okay. Please allow me a moment. Let me just mark the numbers in front of you. The Nifty is 45 points lower, Bank Nifty 73 points lower, Nifty IT Index 202 points lower. These are the three ones that start August on a back foot. But what is in top form is, ladies and gentlemen, defense. And that's seen in the form of Hindustan Unilever. Defensive counters FMCG, 90 rupees higher on Hindustan Unilever. This is money coming in after years and years of underperformance, mainly because volume is coming back into the numbers as far as Hindustan Unilever is concerned. An unbelievable high, 27 in early transactions, top gainer on the Nifty and the Sensex, 3.2% higher after yesterday's 3.5% move. Remember, the all-time high is much far away, 3020, but these are very good moves coming after an unexpected set of earnings by Hindustan Unilever. What else is buzzing? You have an uptick on HDFC Bank, the highest weighted stock on the Nifty, 1.5 rupees higher. ITC is a rupee 25 higher. What's pulling the Nifty down? It's LNT, 26 rupees 50 lower. Infosys, 15 rupees lower. TCS, 14 rupees 30 lower. Bajaj Finance and Axis Bank, 5 rupees lower. A very quick look into the F&O space in terms of gainers and losers. I'll just make a difference. Hindustan Unilever and then followed by Suzlon. Suzlon is 3.5% higher at 63 rupees 83. A strong move coming into JSW Energy, Aisha Motors, Mankind Pharma. Amongst the top traded are Sun Pharma futures slipping another 3.5% at 1644. A quick look into F&O and then I'm going to Nilesh. Okay. Top gainers in NSE 500. Chalet Hotels 15% higher, 1052. Chambal Fertilizers 6% higher, 546. Indegene, this is a pharma company, 4.6% higher, 568. All-time highs, Schneider 3.6% higher, 1039. Radico liquor maker 2810. Fortis Hospitals 862. And of course, you have Chalet Hotels 1051. To you, Nilesh, opening comments. What looks good? Where are you eyeing some gains for the rest of the day?
Right. So the markets did see kind of a tepid opening, but consumption space is something as mentioned in the opening remark. So consumption is still looking positive. We have seen a good spurt in HUL, Dabur, Britannia. So out of all this, Dabur in fact is also still looking strong on the chart. It has given a multi-month breakout today. So we are expecting a follow-up move to continue in Dabur towards 560 to 575 on the upside. So with a stop loss below 531, Dabur is a buy at present level as well. Apart from that, HUL, we have already seen a good spurt, so better to wait for some bit of decline towards 2580 to 2600. That can be a good entry point. So with a stop loss below 2550, again, HUL can also be added on decline. So only consumption as of now is catching our eyes. So focus should be on the consumption space.
Okay, fair point. Mayuresh, before we thank you, a final word on Tata Motors. One major transaction in the offing, a $4 billion purchase of Italian truck maker Iveco, and of course a 50% correction in the stock price over the last 1 year or so. Is it juicy at current levels?
I think we'll wait. Again, I think there are pluses and minuses for the transaction, Shelter. So as we speak, I think what has largely transpired is with the transaction coming through, it gains dominance in the CV market, not just in India. Because ICV, the intermediate market where Eicher Motors was dominating, they can have those product portfolio loopholes which were there actually getting plugged in. They also get an exposure towards Europe and Latin America to a large extent. And therefore, I think with the acquisition that they've done, the kind of earnings that might come through might actually be substantive with the valuations that they're paying for the acquisition. However, I think what the street might believe with the JLR acquisition as a history and precedence, does any kind of a cycle of upheaval actually play out negatively on numbers? So in our opinion, I think we continue holding stocks within the auto pack like an M&M or a Hyundai India, where numbers have been relatively better and where the landscape probably looks a little bit better first.
Okay. Mayuresh, thanks once again. And you need to take care of your health more than what you were doing in the last 40 odd years. Your presence and your cerebral inputs are more important to the market than what you imagine. And here's wishing you the very best of health, good vibes, and great profits in the year ahead.
Thank you, Shelter, for your good wishes. Thank you so much.
Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
9:21, ladies and gentlemen. Let's now just dip a little deeper into the market and find out what the broader structure is doing. For the moment, the three major indices are in negative territory, which is Bank, Nifty, and IT. Okay. Overall, the picture is positive. 1400 shares are in the green, 830 are in the red. But index wise, it's not looking good. Nifty Pharma Index is down 2%, 22,285, and that's because the Pharma Index rose about 5-6% in the month of July. So a lot of profit booking is happening once stocks rose about 20-30% in a span of about 22-23 trading sessions. What else is weak? Let's look at the Nifty Mid Cap 100. This index is flat, 57,373. Advanced decline is 1:1. 50 shares in the green, 50 shares in the red. What is the small cap index doing? Flat, about 0.1% lower, 17,952. 62 shares in the green, 36 in the red. What is the NSE 500 doing? This is the broadest measure, 1:1. The index is flat. So not much is coming out from the index point of view. What else is buzzing? Okay, ancillaries on the auto space are doing very well. Look at pre-call, 1.1% higher as far as the opening comments are concerned. Forging company Nelcast, not many people track this, 9.5% higher, 171. You have Motherson Sumi, 2.5% higher at 38 rupees. This is the readjustment from the bonus issue that has come in. What else is moving with the gains? Look at the PSU pack. You have Kudremok KIOCL, 3.5% higher at 328. What is moving in high beta? Chalet Hotels, 14% higher. Let me just look at Chalet's earnings, and in the meanwhile, Nilesh will tell us what is he watching. Nilesh, what is catching your screeners and what is catching your technical charts?
Right, so a couple of stocks, in fact, majority of them are witnessing selling pressure, but still some of the stocks are showing strength on the chart. So first of all, Nesco, this particular stock, we have seen a strong momentum in past few trading sessions. Now the structure still looks very strong, and we can expect a follow-up move to continue in Nesco towards 1420, 1450 on the upside. So with the stop loss below 1350, it's a buy. Apart from that, VMM. So this is another stock where we have seen a good momentum. So a lot of cash stocks are witnessing a good momentum. So focus should be on mid cap and small cap, at least from an intraday perspective. So VMM looks positive for a follow-up move towards 145 to 150 on the upside with the stop loss below 136.5. It's a buy.
Okay. Just a point on Chalet Hotels. This is primarily a Maharashtra, Mumbai-based leisure as well as business hotel outfit. Sales, the numbers were declared on 31st of July yesterday, and sales rose 148% for the first quarter at 895 crores. Unbelievable numbers. They were at 361 crores in June 2024. In fact, sequentially, they have gone up dramatically. In March of 2025, Chalet Hotels announced sales of 522 crore rupees. So sequential as well as year-on-year surge in top line. Now let's come to the bottom line, which is the profit after tax. 235% higher at 203 crores for the quarter gone by versus 60 crores in June 2024 and 124 crores in March 2025. So it's an absolute blowout that's happening on Chalet Hotels. In fact, Chalet is also amongst the top traded counters. 170 crores worth of transactions that have happened on Chalet. Needless to say, this is a record high. So we will be looking at caution. before we take a comment. Your view, Nilesh, on Chalet Hotels, intraday high 1082, selling pressure from then on 1026 now.
Today we have seen a breakaway gap in this particular stock with a good volume spurt. Looks like it has given a multi-month breakout as well. It has hit a new record high today. So structure-wise looks very strong. Not advisable to chase in terms of adding fresh longs at high levels. The risk and reward is certainly not favorable. So better to wait for some bit of profit taking. If at all we see the levels of 1980, that can be a good entry point. Structures still look strong for 1080, that can be once again tested going forward, followed by 1120 to 1150. So these are the position level we can expect in this particular counter over the period. But as of now, at present, those who are already holding the long position can keep a trailing stop loss at 975 and stay put with the long position. Fresh longs can also be added on declines.
Okay. Now coming to the favorite that was pointed out by Nilesh, Nesco. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a company which has large real estate presence in the suburb of Mumbai. They've put in a fresh IT tower there, and of course their existing exhibition halls are working on good capacity. Sales for the first quarter rose 37% to 193 crores and net profit rose 38% to 96 crore rupees. So you can well imagine the kind of net margin that Nesco has at this point of time, and you've seen a dramatic rise in profit as well as profitability. The operating profit margin of Nesco is 57%. This is a quasi real estate stock, and in the month of June and July, one very well known flexi cap fund, which we often discuss on Business Today television, took a strong position in this counter. Record highs as far as Nesco is concerned, and it's doing great as far as prices are moving on the long side. What else should I highlight for you in terms of volume build up? Let me just check out some software that I have installed at my end. This will give you an idea about stocks that are buzzing. Chambal Fertilizers. Okay, this is again a monsoon play, a good monsoons across the country. Your chart check on Chambal Fertilizers, Nilesh, 3% higher, 531.
So yesterday we saw a bit of selling pressure. Today looks like nearly a pullback, and this pullback may extend towards 550, 560 on the upside, but not looking that promising at present level. I would rather wait for a breakout above 560, then probably it can be bought. But at present, it's an avoid since there is no clear trend in this particular stock. If somebody is already holding the long position, can keep a trailing stop loss at 515 and stay put for a pullback towards 545 to 560 on the upside.
Okay. What else is coming on your radar at this point of time, Nilesh?
Yes, so interestingly, another stock that's Geo Finance, that's on my radar right now because the stock yesterday has given a good price spurt, and if you see volume yesterday, that was higher than the average volume. So on the back of that, we are expecting a short-term momentum to continue in this particular stock. And on the upside, 345, 360 kind of levels we are expecting in August series. So any dip towards 320, 315, that can be used as a buying opportunity, keeping a strict stop loss at 310. That's the recent swing low this particular counter has formed. And we are expecting a short-term momentum to continue in this particular stock.
Okay, fair point. 931, ladies and gentlemen. The Nifty is slipping now a bit further, 100 points down, 24,680. Nifty Bank is 170 points down. The IT index has slipped 300 points lower. It's going to be a stock-specific day. Strong move now in Nelco. My apologies, Nesco. Again, 3.5% higher. Just about 4 days ago, it was at 1220. This is on July 29th, now 1470. So this is how quarterly results can come up with a fantastic change in sentiment. What else is moving and moving with strength? Okay, Chambal we've discussed 3.2% higher. Let me just mark out performance in terms of prices. Nelcast. This is a small cap company. Not many people track Nelcast as far as fundamentals are concerned, but a very, very sharp breakout. The price that you see 170, 175, 2 was last seen in 25th of January 2024. So it's an 18-19 month breakout. Till Nilesh comments on its charts, let me just find out its performance. Nilesh ji, N for Nilesh, N for Nelcast. What are the charts telling you?
And for Nesco as well. So our target of 1420 has been achieved in Nesco, which was highlighted a couple of minutes back. So that particular counter is also looking strong for next target of 1500 plus positionally. Now coming to Nelcast, very good identification, I would say, because so far in last 15 minutes, the volume in this particular counter has already surpassed its previous 4 days of volume. So higher than average volume with a good price action, a good price and volume breakout candidate, I would say. So look strong for further momentum towards 175 to 180 in the near term from a very short term perspective, I would say. So it's a buy and decline because we have already seen a 8% spurt today. So 162 should be the stop loss ideally, and 175 to 180 kind of target we can expect from a very short term perspective. So looks very strong on the chart.
Okay. Nelcast also announced its earnings on 31st of July. First quarter sales up 11% at 332 crore rupees. Net profit almost doubled, ladies and gentlemen, up 100% at 12.5 crore rupees in the quarter gone by. So this is something that's doing very well year on year, although the numbers are more or less flat when you compare them sequentially, but that is not what is that is not what you do for smokestack companies. So a strong performance year on year and a strong move that is coming as far as charts are concerned. Chalet we've marked, Chambal we've marked in terms of gains. What else is moving? Pre-call. Okay, how interesting. This is an auto ancillary. They make oil pressure meters. Those days are gone when you could see a manual oil pressure meter in front of your, car dashboard. But pre-call, very, very strong breakout. You want to comment on pre-call, Nilesh bhai?
Right. So good price and volume breakout, but the immediate hurdle is still placed at 480. So breakout above 480 is further required for follow-up to continue towards 500. But as of now, I think it's an avoid because we have already seen a good spurt. No, the risk and reward is also not favorable at current level to go long. So better it's an avoid.
Okay. Precall also reported first quarter earnings on 31st of July. A 44% surge in sales to 895 crore rupees. Profit rose 10% to 50 crore rupees. So please keep an eye out on Precall as well. And another company that declared a very strong set of numbers is Radico Khaitan, ladies and gentlemen. This Delhi-based liquor maker is at a record high, up 5%. And you've seen a very, very strong move coming into numbers. 33% rise in quarterly sales to 1,506 crore rupees, and net profit rose 82% to 133 crore rupees. And that's the reason why you see this very, very sharp breakout happening on Radico. Your view here, Nilesh bhai?
So one of the outperformer within the liquor space, so looks strong on the chart, and We have seen a strong momentum in this particular counter over the past few years, I would say. The stock has been in a secular uptrend. The trend looks very strong given the kind of a breakout that we have seen today from the levels of 2760. So we are expecting a follow-up more towards 3000 plus. That's the kind of target we can expect in this particular stock from August series perspective. With the stop loss below 2760, it's a buy on dip, not at current level, because we have already seen a spurt of over 4.5% today itself. So better wait for some meaningful decline to buy, and 3000 plus kind of levels we can see from a short to medium term perspective.
Okay, I think because we have Nilesh Bhai as the guest for today, all stocks with the alphabet N are doing very well. We've discussed Nelcast, now at 171. We've discussed Nesco, now at 1,420. Now look at NetWeb Technologies, very, very strong set of earnings. NetWeb is again up to the extent of 4.5%. And you have a very, very strong move coming into another company from the Tata Group, this time called Nelco. Nelco is in telecommunications, that's also up 6%. So it's a day which starts with the alphabet N, and Nilesh ji is very, very happy with that development as well. Let's look at breakouts that are happening on record highs. We've discussed Radico. Now look at Vimta Labs. Vimta was discussed a week ago in an interview with the Incred Management PMS, where they have a very decent position in this particular stock. A breakout on Vimta Labs. I'll request Nilesh Bhai to keep the chart ready. Thyrocare, again a very strong breakout, record high almost on Thyrocare Labs. You have a strong move coming into Fortis Hospitals, and of course we've discussed Chalet, Nesco, and among other things, Insecticides India. But to you, Nilesh Bhai, a very strong outperformer in the form of Vimta Labs. Does it look good?
See, Vimta Lab, today once again we have seen a good momentum in this particular stock. In fact, in this week itself, it has surged over 22%. This has been a third consecutive weeks of gain, all the way from 450 to 700 right now. So a strong momentum we have seen recently. Structure still looks strong. We can expect a further momentum towards 800 plus from a short-term perspective. 680 is now likely to act as a support. So that should be the stop loss for the long position. Now coming to another stock that you have just pointed out, that's Nelcast. 175 level has been crossed. A very strong momentum was seen and a good identification by you, I would say, on breakouts. So a very good setup in Nelcast. We are expecting a further momentum towards our next target of 180. Now coming to another stock that you have just pointed out, NetWeb. This is also looking attractive. Reason being a good breakout with a good volume. So the volume have crossed its previous 3-4 days of volumes. And it has given a multi-month breakout since it has crossed its January month's high. And the structure-wise still looks strong for 2300 to 2350 levels on the upside. So with a stop loss below 2100, a buy and decline should be the strategy in NetWeb as well.
Okay, so it's earnings-driven momentum, ladies and gentlemen. Nelcast now has traded about 24 crores worth of shares, and the upper circuit today is at 188. Let us see whether it hits it or not. Ditto Precall now 7.5% higher, 465. A strong move coming in there post earnings. As also, let's look at now volume buzzers, because we've already done about 30 minutes of trade. Okay, we've discussed the numbers here. Indegene. This is a pharma company, again earnings led. I'll request Nilesh Bhai to look at the stock. 5% higher, 574. This has been, how should I say, a stock that hasn't lived up to its very, very strong reputation it enjoyed in the pharma space in terms of research. 12% higher sales year on year. The numbers came in yesterday at 761 crore rupees. Net profit surged 33% to 116 crore rupees. Nilesh Bhai, Indegene.
Indeed, you have rightly pointed out the stock has been one of the underperformer. If you just pull up last 1 year chart, you can clearly see the stock has corrected all the way from 740 to it has also tested 500 kind of levels on the lower side. Although right now we are witnessing a pullback move. This pullback may extend further because we have seen a good momentum on the back of driven by good volume support as well. So on the upside, 600, 620 kind of levels can be seen, but not looking that promising that we can expect a strong momentum in this particular stock. There could be possibility of some bit of profit taking at the high levels. So better not to chase this particular stock after a spurt of 5.5%. Those who are already holding the long position can continue to ride the momentum with a stop loss below 560, and on the upside 600 kind of levels can be seen.
Okay. Anything else that you are observing in trades today so far, Nilesh Bhai? What looks good? What looks sad?
Right. So on a positive side, we have already seen a few of stocks. We have already discussed about that. So one particular stock has also came into my radar. That's AMC stock, HDFC AMC. So in spite of such a sharp volatility and selling pressure we are witnessing in the market, this particular counter has been an outperformer within the AMC space, constantly witnessing a high top and high bottom formation as well. So structure-wise, still looks positive, and a gradual move is something that we are expecting, not a big spurt, but yes, a gradual up move towards 57, 57, 50 and 5800 kind of levels can be seen. So with a stop loss below 5520, SDFC AMC is a buy from a short to medium term perspective. And another index heavyweight counter just came on my radar, that's Reliance Industries. Now, the reason for picking this stock is that the stock has found a very strong support at 1380, 1382 kind of levels on the lower side. And this has been a fourth attempt the stock has made to test those levels. So with a stop loss below 1380 from a risk and reward perspective looks attractive, with a very small stop loss of 1380 and a pullback we are expecting towards 1420 to 1440. So purely from a pullback perspective, Reliance can be played.
Okay, that's the view coming in. 944. Let's look at the Nifty FMCG index. This is the top performing index as far as prices are concerned, and we have a very strong move coming in. This is a bounce from 200-day DMA, now up 763 points, ladies and gentlemen, 1.5% higher. Yesterday's rally was 1.4%. So this is a strong move which is index led, as also via stocks like Dabur, via stocks like Marico, as also Hindustan Unilever. Who can forget that stunning view as far as Hindustan Unilever is concerned? Still 3.5% higher. Strong volumes coming in. Disappointment in Sun Pharma. Nilesh Bhai, I was hoping Sun would shine brightly in August, given the rally that you see in the entire pharma space, but disappointment. Top traded on the NSE 500 and very heavy selling pressure. It's a breakdown.
Right, it's a breakdown with a strong build-up of short positions. So a short build-up can be seen as well. Price and volume breakdown, structure-wise, technically it has given a breakdown from a symmetrical triangle pattern as well. So looks slightly on a weaker side for a follow-up move towards 1600 to 1580. Now it has a very strong support somewhere around 1550 to 1560 zone. I think it may find support near about those levels, and then probably one can go for a contra bet at those levels. But as of now, it's an avoid taking any long position at present level. Now on the short side, one particular sector that is looking, apart from pharma, that is also looking weak, that's metal. So metal, from a structure point of view, we have seen a weak structure today. A follow-up move on the lower side can be seen after yesterday's breakdown. So Nifty Metal Index is looking slightly on a weaker side. Tata Steel, this particular stock is looking weak for 152 to 150 levels on the lower side. So it's a sell with a stop loss above 158 On the lower side, 150 kind of levels can be seen in Tata Steel.
Okay, 946. Any view on the index for today? Nifty?
Today, right. As far as Nifty is concerned, today we have seen a gap down opening with a minor gap down. After yesterday's volatility, today we are expecting a bit of consolidation, and the range for the Nifty from intraday point of view looks like 24,600, 24,800. That can be a broader 200-point trading range, somewhere around 24,700 plus kind of closing we can see from today's weekly closing perspective. So right now the structure looks slightly on a weaker side from intraday point of view, but there could be possibility towards the closing hour we may see some pullback. So it's again a kind of a consolidation in the range of 24,600 to 24,800 we are expecting today. Now coming to Bank Nifty, again similar to the Nifty, Bank Nifty is also witnessing a bit of consolidation. The range from today's point of view could be 55,500 to 56,100. 56,000, it is important from a closing perspective that Bank Nifty should reclaim 56,000 levels in the spot level on a closing basis. That will be considered as a positive close for the coming week. So again, sort of consolidation in the benchmark indices, but stock specific is something that we are expecting to continue the momentum for the day.
Okay. I'll request PCI to again show the chart of NetWeb Technologies. Now 8.7% higher. This is the highest that we've seen since January of 2025. So 8-month high, very, very strong volumes, and this is again earnings led. 102% rise in sales year on year, ladies and gentlemen, for Q1 at 300 crore rupees. Net profit 100% up at 30 crores, and that's the reason why you have this very, very sharp move coming into NetWeb Technologies. Another N, Nestle. To you Nilesh bhai, आज सिर्फ N alphabet की बात होगी. Nestle from the FMCG pack is also running away up about 1.2%. We seldom discuss this stock, but just look at the swing trade. 2480 Nestle was on 21st of July, and it slipped to 2200. Earnings led. Nilesh bhai, swing trade.
Yes, it's a good bet from intraday point of view as well as from a short-term perspective, because consumption space is already in focus. We have already discussed good momentum in HUL, Dabur, Britannia. Now I think it's time for Nestle as well. We have seen a good correction in last couple of days, all the way from 2500 to 2230 levels was seen on the lower side. Now we are witnessing a strong pullback. This pullback is likely to extend further towards 2350 to 2400 levels on the upside. So from a risk and reward perspective, looks attractive with a stop loss below 2240. Nestle is a buy for upside target of 2330 to 2400.
Okay, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll call it a day on this show. Nilesh bhai, thank you so much, and very kind of you to step in with such wonderful views on all stocks, starting with Alphabet N, in particular Nesco, which you've highlighted. Have a nice day and a good weekend.
Thank you, sir. Same to you.
Okay. We'll leave the show with two thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. One view on Radico. I was just chatting with the management offline, and they said it's premiumization and a good quality brand mix that's happening in Radico, and that's the reason why the stock is doing well, and the earnings, of course, are doing phenomenally well. Two launches in the quarter gone by: Morpheus whiskey and a vodka called Kashmir. With that wonderful thought on a Friday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'll take leave. I'll be back at 10:30 with the one and only Punita Kumar Sinha talking about Trump's